Hello everyone, Silent here, and welcome back to another episode of Truly Bedrock Season 0. It is episode 26 today, and we're starting off over here at the Double Blaze Farm, which we completed in the last episode, of course. And I just got done going AFK overnight, a really long AFK session, and we have like 171 levels. This farm has been working absolutely perfectly. No real issues at all. I didn't have any issues going AFK, didn't die or anything like that. Put in a couple extra like protection blocks just in case, like, I don't know, a zombie pigman got in there or something. But we have basically 3 full double chests of blaze rods, and that is far too many. Like, I don't know what to do with even a single one of these double chests. Like, I have 4 times as many as I know what to deal with here. It's just too many. If you have any ideas for what to do with this, besides just like throwing them in lava, because that's kind of ironic, and then leave a comment down below. I'm thinking probably fuel, but we have so many other types of fuel that we can use, so we don't really need to use the blaze rods. But yeah, this farm has been working super well. We do have a slight issue, of course, with the blazes kind of glitching out, but we have like maybe 7 from an overnight AFK session, so that's not really that big of a deal, honestly. So I'll need to figure out how to fix that in this episode. But yeah, that's kind of the update on the Blaze Farm. This thing has been working amazingly. So it has been a while since I have been on the server. I recorded that intro like a week ago or so, but some things have happened around the world on live streams, and stuff has just been going on, which is pretty lovely. I just have not had enough time to record one of these episodes for like a week. Episodes always take a very long time to produce, but that is fine. That means that I get to put a lot of time into these episodes. But what I've done for the farm is I actually went ahead and just like significantly reinforced it with a lot more blocks all around this place, because we had a ton of blazes escape from this farm when I went AFK, and then they all walked out over here, fell down into that lava lake. There's probably about 50 that fell down there, so it didn't really look like that many escaped, but a ton escaped, and they all just pathfinded into the lava. Same story on this side. It looked like we had like maybe 1 or 2 escape, but as soon as I came down here, there was like 150 in this lava lake. It was seriously a lot of blazes, and I was not aware of that. So we went around the entire farm and just put blocks along all of the pathways where the flying machines go, so that hopefully none of these guys will be able to glitch out, and if they do glitch out, then they should just suffocate. So I think we're pretty much done with the entire Blaze Farm project. The project for today's episode is actually going to be working on the mini base on the Island of the Undead. We have a lot of decorating to do there, and I actually asked you guys what theme we should use in the last episode, and you guys suggested that we do the Crystal Cave kind of theme, and I was kind of surprised by that one. I kind of thought that either the like steampunk style or the pirate style would win, because those are actually like super popular styles, and I kind of figured that you guys would want to see that. But apparently Crystal Cave is the one that win with like the mass majority of votes as well, so that's pretty cool. Thank you all very much for actually voting on that. So this is the mini base that we need to decorate in this episode. I'm a very slow builder, but I think we can probably get done at least half of this, because yeah, I'm a very slow and tedious builder. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm not a good builder person, but I'm sure we'll be able to decorate a fair amount of this in this episode. I have a lot of different ideas for like little nooks and crannies and just little bits of detail that we can add here and there. Again, we're gonna have an aquarium over there. We're gonna have our secret enchanter over here, which we need to add a little bit more detail to for our storage. The aquatic smelter. We're probably gonna have another aquarium over here, simply because moving these guys is going to be a hassle. These guys are not very nice. They will, like, if they all hit you at one time, they'll do like 9 hearts of damage. I nearly died from all of them. It was like just 9 hearts gone instantly. It was not fun. So I'm going to try and leave as many of them right there as we possibly can. And we also have this ravine as well. This ravine is pretty awesome, and we have the other water ravine as well. So we have a lot of cool things that we can work with, and certainly, it should certainly come out pretty well, I would think. But before we go ahead and mess with this stuff, I actually want to go ahead and just like get rid of some of these blaze rods, because we have far too many blaze rods. So we're gonna head by the post office and actually drop off some of these for the other members on the server. While we're heading over to the spawn island, we may as well check our profits as well. It's actually been a while since I've checked this place. And sweet, it looks like we got, what, 16 diamonds? That's not too bad. Actually, we should probably go ahead and restock these shulker boxes, but 16 diamonds is not a bad haul. We also have our full diamond beacon up there, so we're still doing pretty good on profits. I don't think we really need to worry about the monopoly of shops at this point in the server, but the actual post office is just right here in like the first building on the server. DB actually built this. I'm not sure if I've shown it on camera at this point. So yeah, it's just a nice little quaint post office box. You can give everyone mail and their little light will light up. And there's also a community box in here. Oh, with sponges, nice. I think that's kind of like you can take them out, use them, and then put them back kind of deal, but I'm not entirely sure. Community deposit box is kind of vague, but our mailbox is over here, and Rogue Fox has actually left us a fair bit of materials, and this is very nice. You might be thinking, netherrack is not useful, that is junk mail. But no, netherrack is actually super useful. We're definitely going to be putting that to use in a future project that I will show you guys in just a little bit. But we're actually going to go ahead and just like deposit a few stacks of blaze rods into everyone's mailbox because I have too many of these things. I just do not know what to do with them. If people want to, they can just throw them in lava. I don't care. That seems a fitting death for these things. But mostly, I just feel like leaving some spam mail because we're already the evil people on the server. We may as well just go ahead and start leaving spam mail. So that was not nearly as many blaze rods as I thought it would be. It was only a shulker box and a half. And I still have like another 4 shulker boxes of these things, so I really do not know what I'm gonna do with these. I left everyone 5 stacks, and that's just a ton of junk mail. And like Slack Lizard already has himself a double blaze farm, so I mean that's truly the pinnacle of like junk mail right there. So that's perfect. Mission accomplished. We have now left junk mail for everyone on the server. It's great. But let's go check out what project we're actually working on that requires both netherrack and andesite as well. So if we go ahead and fly just past Daphne's Island right here, you can see that there is a pretty big platform of squares right here. Now, I'll give you like 2 seconds and 1 guess to figure out what we're building here. You can probably guess what it is if you've seen recent videos on the channel, but we're going to be building a massive squid farm with massive air quotes around that because it's mostly a fish farm that I'm still labeling as a squid farm because dang it, nobody wants a fish farm, everybody wants squid farms. So yeah, we're going to be building a massive 48 block wide by 48 block squid farm in this area, and it's going to be huge, and we need just an utterly huge amount of blocks, 14,000 blocks in total. But as you can see, I've gone around and marked out all 52 of the chunks that are required for the perimeter for this farm. I did that on the most recent YouTube live stream actually, and we just need so many blocks. This platform and probably most of this farm is going to be a live stream project, so that is a thing that you can totally take part in actually. If you're interested in live streams, links are down below. I don't want to do too many shameless promotions, but yeah, this is kind of just a massive grindy project, and massive grindy projects are perfect for live streams, as we all know. So that's going to be kind of the live stream project for the next couple of weeks probably, because this thing is utterly huge and I need to just get a ton of resources for this thing. I have barely any resources left and I just kind of need to grind out a ton to actually build this thing. So a little bit of an update on this thing. If you guys are interested in seeing the construction of this thing, and then you can head over to the Twitch channel and maybe drop a follow over there. But with all that out of the way, let's actually hop into the proper project for this episode. I kind of like how derpy this guy is, so we're just gonna go ahead and name him. Oh, he's also sitting in the boat. That's super cute. Nice. So now we have the Soylent Pigman just hanging out in a boat. We also have another pigman over there, but he's not nearly as derpy, so he doesn't count. But I went ahead and I did a bunch of preparation for figuring out how we're gonna go about building this place and what we're gonna use to build it. So we have 2 shulker boxes of materials. One is all of our organic things in the form of leaves and vines and aquatic nature things as well, along with some sponges, because you may have seen it up above there. We have a way to actually get seagrass and coral and whatnot out of water and still have it be alive and like animated. It's really cool. So we'll probably use a little bit of that down here. Definitely need to spam around a couple of banners and some mushrooms as well. And then we have all the things that we need to make a cave. I will definitely need more mossy cobblestone. Always gotta have the mossy cobblestone. So we got all the cave blocks, and then we also got the materials for some crystals as well, just using a few bits of glass and some dye. So that should look pretty good. I'm not entirely sure where to get started, so I guess let's just jump into it. Oh, he's now derpy. Look at that. He hopped in there. He just jumped into it. Oh, that's lovely. Well, this area looks much better now that it's actually cleaned up and there's not 90 million shulker boxes over here. I just kind of moved them into this chest temporarily, and I kind of just cleaned up the rest of this place as well, getting rid of all the shulker boxes and chests on the ground. And now we can actually go ahead and start decorating. I'm guessing we should go ahead and start with, I guess the ravine over here. This thing has a lot of work to be done with it, and this is where the main crystals are going to be going as well. So we may as well start with this area and then just kind of branch out from there. But as you can see, like the roof area of this thing is just super disgusting. We have bits of redstone sticking out. There's a waterfall over there. Where is that even coming from? I have no idea. There's also like light coming through because those are just slabs. So yeah, it's a right mess. I need to definitely set up some scaffolding before we work on that. So I got a little bit carried away as per usual, and I got pretty much the entire base layer of the roof of the ravine done. So this is just the basics for what the cave is going to look like. We're going to go through and add it just so much more detail here in a little while. We have a lot more to do, but I did get the general shape of the cave roofs in place. Of course, we're gonna add like a lot more crystals and stalactites and stalagmites everywhere, and just little bits of detail here and there, but the general idea is there. I removed all the dirty blocks like dirt and granite, diorite, coal ore and stuff, and it's just looking pretty good. It is certainly getting to a better place to work on this, and I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do next. I'm very slow and indecisive when it comes to building, but I generally figure it out, so I'm just going to go ahead and get some more work done, and I'll come back to you guys. Well, I guess that's what I get for digging around. No, place the blocks there, jeez. I just broke into the chicken cooker. At least it wasn't the adult chickens. The adult chickens are somewhere up there? Jeez, okay, well now we're just going to have permanent chickens going around. God, get out of here, guys. Can I break that block? I think I can. Hello, chickens, die! I'm just gonna break all the redstone as well. Oh, jeez. That's why I always try to build everything that's an actual build out of stone bricks. If I ever see stone bricks, I know not to break it. But apparently that just has actual stone right there, so that is fun times, jeez. Okay, so here is the second layer coming along pretty nicely. At this point, I'm mostly just working on this ravine here and then kind of like this part of the wall. I haven't branched out into that entire part of the base yet, but I figure we may as well go ahead and get this as far along as we can in this episode, and then we'll worry about that other area maybe in the next episode. But right now, I just went ahead and did like the second layer on this thing. I went around and put down the cobblestone slabs and stairs and walls, put down a bunch of andesite, more smooth stone stairs and slabs, just general detailing, and it's coming together pretty nicely, honestly. Of course, there is torch spam everywhere. We will work on hidden lighting in the future, but I think the next thing that we should go ahead and do is start putting down greenery, so a whole bunch of like leaves and vines, maybe a little bit of the seagrass if I can find a spot, maybe a couple random sea pickles. Maybe some mushrooms. I don't know. Let's see how it turns out. You know what I totally forgot was underneath this floor? Yeah, massive ravine. I totally forgot it was there. Just a single block layer floor. Yeah, totally. It's just hanging out down there. So I added a bit of our third layer, which is the greenery, of course. And now there wasn't actually that many places to add greenery, so I just threw around a couple of vines where I could. The main greenery is coming from this end of the ravine, which I think looks pretty cool. That's kind of just dark and mysterious looking. I love it. And then we also got a bit more greenery coming from an old staircase that we had in the ceiling right here. And then we have one more bit coming down this side of the ravine over here because the chickens need to eat. So we got some greenery for them. And I guess that's pretty much the final little layer that we need to add before we go ahead and actually add in the crystals and the ceiling of this cave over here. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and start building up those a little bit, and then once they're in place, we can actually do some final details and make sure they really look nice and proper. Alright, so there is the first crystal back there, and that's looking pretty cool. It is actually lit up by daylight, so there's like 4 layers of slabs and leaves and random buildings in between that crystal and actual skylight, so you can't see anything, but it's still getting skylight, which is kind of weird. So occasionally we'll see that be lit up and we'll know, hey, that's daytime. That's kind of cool. It's kind of convenient. It's kind of like the crystals are just like reflecting the sunlight. I don't know. It's a crystal. What do you expect? I also went ahead and added in these little like side crystals on the sides as well. Just a nice little details. But this thing will definitely look much better once we have a few more of them in the roof over here as well. We just don't really have that much room to work with. So I'm not sure how many more we'll actually be able to fit, but so far it is coming together pretty well. I've been wondering why the crystals I've been building have been looking terrible. That's like my 3rd iteration, and it turns out they're just unrendering. It's like, come on, I've just tried to build a crystal. You ain't gotta unrender on me. But real talk, I think the glass colors are like a little bit different on Bedrock. I've built these kinds of crystals before and they've looked better. I don't know, something about the glass texture. Maybe it's the new textures for Minecraft, or maybe it's just Bedrock has different rendering. I don't know, but they look slightly different than they normally would on like console or Java edition. So I don't know, they're still just coming together, just trial and error. Trial and error. Alright, so we now have 4 unrendering crystals in place. That's really annoying. I don't know why it does that, but they're looking pretty alright. As you can see, that one is super bright now because it's daytime. Jeez, that's gonna be mildly annoying, but also somewhat cool at the same time. I also went ahead and threw in what little ores that I had. It turns out I've smelted down and broke down every ore that I have, so I had like 9 in total. So I just kind of sprinkled them around where I could, added a few more of these little crystals to the sides. There's certainly a lot more work to be done. Like even right now, I'm just seeing that like we need to add a little bit of andesite to this area right here because it's super plain and super boring. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a project for the next couple of episodes as well. We have so much stuff to work with, but I feel like this is a pretty good place to start off, and especially because this episode is going out in literally 1 hour's time for me. You guys can let me know exactly your thoughts about this and impact how we go about building the rest of the lower base as well. I'm thinking we might put a few of these smaller little side crystals maybe here and there in the rest of this little area, or maybe we'll just keep the crystals to this one ravine right here. But either way, it is certainly coming along. Again, we need to do a lot more work here. This is not the final product by far. I just do not have time to do all of that right now. Again, very slow builder. Again, this video is going out in 1 hour's time. I am not ahead on videos at all. I am not professional. So yeah, things are going great, but I feel like we've done pretty good today. Oh, and I also haven't worked on the aquarium like at all. I just went ahead and put the glass in front of it. We'll certainly work on that in a future episode as well. I just decided to kind of leave that be because it's more of a side feature than a main attraction, to be honest. But definitely let me know what you guys think about the ravine and about the general style for the lower base in the comment section down below. You guys know I read all the comments on the channel. Always, you know, love talking to you guys down there. Just reading the comments is awesome. Thank you all very much for leaving comments. But that is pretty much going to do it for this episode of Truly Bedrock. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you guys did enjoy. If you did, then of course be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode on the channel whenever that episode releases. We will probably be working either on this base project or the big massive squid project, so look forward to that one. And of course be sure to leave a like on the video as well. Helps out the video, helps out the channel as well. I greatly appreciate it. But I will see you guys down in the comment section and in the next video. Thank you again for watching, and then there was silence.